Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are back once again to Everything I Love podcast. Man, we breaking out an album, bro. You know what I'm saying? Album dropping. March up people at bandcamp.com on September 14th. And we just let you know we break it down song for song. Once again, I have a wonderful, wonderful special guest. We're back with a whole bunch of incredible questions or whatever. If y'all saw the first episode, we had a really, really good conversation about the inspiration for the song Dreaming. And we talked about a whole lot of stuff, what have you. But now we're bringing it back, you know what I'm saying, to a whole different record. So we're on track number 6 this week. On today, rather. This is Facebook Rant Part 2, aka Black Thoughts, produced by Jay Philly. So just for context, it's Facebook Rant Part 2 because on the album Black Collar had a song called Facebook Rant. You know what I'm saying? So and pretty much it is what it is. It's me ranting and raving on the verses. You know, I'm just kind of just being pissed off on the verses, and on the hooks I'm just talking. You know what I mean? So this is part 2, the most updated version. Once again, my interviewer is Mr. Doc Asad, and he has some incredible questions for me. So let's get into it. Doc, how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm good, brother. Appreciate being on, man. It's just a pleasure to be a part of this movement, man.
Absolutely.
So let's jump right into it, man. When I heard Facebook Rant, man, I said this brother mad about something. So what was the motivation? Who pissed you off?
So this part of the album, represents the time after my father passed away, and I wasn't ready to. I wanted to write. I felt inspired to write, but so my father passed in March. So let's say this represents maybe April, May, June, right? Where I'm still in a daze and I'm still don't know which way is up. I'm still not sleeping. I'm still not eating. I'm still just really, really like breathing hard. But I started to come out of it a little bit. And I was at my parents' house and I found some of my old rhyme books, right? And it was a whole bunch of battle raps because, you know, I you couldn't tell me I wasn't Oklahoma cannabis back then. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
I'm looking through the rhyme books and I was pissed. Like, you know this as a clinician, right? Like anger is definitely a step in, you know, when you're grieving. You know what I'm saying? So I was pissed off. I was mad at my family. I was mad at everybody. And I was really mad because I'm dealing with my grief. And I wasn't ready to talk about it yet. Right.
Mhm.
So I just wrote a whole bunch of raps about my frustration as some of the local politics and how it may have had a negative effect on my career and relationships over my, you know, almost 20 years of doing hip hop in Baton Rouge. So this represents when I wrote the EP Angry Black Raps. So this is the other side of you know, I was talking shit and dissing over vocal rappers, and on Angry Black Raps I probably had more gunplay and than I ever did. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only thing I can,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I can really whatever. So but this is the other side, right? This is the reason why I was so angry. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yeah, it was just a lot going on. And so this represents just me kind of getting the anger off my chest.
What I sensed from the song was that you felt unappreciated, that you felt that you had put in a lot of work in the city and you helped a lot of people out, and it was not reciprocated, I guess. And in particular, you mentioned someone calling you right after your father passed, asking for a favor. So so this was more like a therapy session for you to kind of release. So how did you come about to exercise those emotions in that song? And the second part of that is, once the song was written and recorded and was finished, did it bring some type of catharsis to you? Did it bring some type of relief?
Um, First part of your question, that definitely did happen. You know, I hosted Fade to Flow Sundays. So to put everything in context, um, I had been, like, well, my history as a rapper in Baton Rouge, I moved here 2002. You know, my favorite group is Little Brother. And so if you listen to my first EP, it sounded like I'm rapping over Knife Wonder beats, right? And now, mind you, I came here at the same time jig music started off.
Okay.
So Cash Money No Limit already dominated Louisiana, specifically South Louisiana. Bounce music. When I moved to Louisiana, bounce music was probably having its biggest mainstream acceptance until like the last couple of years, right? So when I moved here, Masterpiece Rock Boat was on 106 Park. It was another Chopper Style that just came out. Hot Boy Ronald. So of
Walk
course,
like
New
Ronald.
Orleans. Yeah, you are. Hey, that's my era. Like that's
Yeah.
hot steamy relations. Like that's my era. Like the early like when Bounce like really came back with the line dances again. You know what I'm saying? With Hot Boy Ronald stuff like that or whatever. That's when I first came to Louisiana. Busted open. All that like them was my joints. Like to this day, ain't no better dance music than bounce music. Period.
Yeah.
That's what they got. That's look. We definitely. I'm going on a tangent here. That is what next to the food. That is what I miss so much, bro. Like
Music.
up here, ain't nobody else get you something. Ain't nobody like, yo, this is the song of the summer. Like in Louisiana, this is the anthem for the summer.
Yeah.
And I'm missing something. Like I'm not able, it came out right when I left. I'm not able to experience it. Like
Yeah.
I'm a whore, and then people be looking at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't get it. You have to understand, like, man, anyway. So I miss bounce music. And I miss well, anyway, so I love that, right? But mind you, so imagine me coming to a state doing underground conscious hip hop during that time period.
Yeah.
And it was me fighting against the grain. It was me, we need to move out of state. We need to go do this, that, and the third. You'll never get love here, blah, 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 blah. I just put my head down. I did the hip hop that was true to me, right? I did it so well. I did it for so long. And I was just so consistent, you know what I mean? I became the OG. I rebuilt the Baton Rouge hip hop scene. I put the city on my back. I took it all over the country. It got to the point to where I hit the glass ceiling in Baton Rouge, and I could no longer participate in the scene I built.
Wow.
The scene got younger and younger and younger, and a lot of the artists my age who were out when I was really putting the work in, they had long quit rapping. So now you have a whole bunch of young artists who they just know me as a fat dude who hosted the shows at the barbershop. They had never seen me perform before. And so I'm literally booking at least 100 artists a year to rap in Baton Rouge and never got that same type of reciprocity. I painted myself in the corner. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how can I say it? It's just like, I don't have my PhD, right? But I consider myself pretty well read, and I listen to a lot of PhD level intellects and academics. So I appreciate what you do as a PhD, right? If I did not get my GED, I probably wouldn't appreciate it the same, right?
Yeah.
Because whatever, right? And I think for me in Baton Rouge, there was a huge disconnect because, 2019, I performed in 30 different states. Like I was a legit national touring artist. And the only thing I might have did 2 or 3 shows in Baton Rouge, but most of the time when the artist saw me, I got polo shirt and some sweats on sitting in the barbershop chair. So they had no idea how critically acclaimed and like how loved and like, legit, I was outside of Baton Rouge because this is all they saw. And because they had not reached the level of being able to tour and go outside the city, they just didn't really get it. They didn't really appreciate it the same, right? And so I understood that, but it was a point in time to where it's just like, all right, like I'm really, really putting a lot of time into these people that I'm not. So fast forward 2020, the very last Fade to Flow show we did was the all women show, March 15, 2020. And after that, everything shut down because of the pandemic. My father dies 3 days after my last Fade to Flow show. And so I had artists booked all the way from February to I want to say October. So my pops had passed away within, March 18, 2020. So it's still in April. I'm still in my parents' house. I ain't even came back to Louisiana yet.
Yeah.
People like, hey man, sorry about your pops, bro, but when are you gonna still be doing Fade to Flow? Or hey man, I know we in a pandemic, but you think you'll be doing Fade to Flow? I'm like, motherfucker, like really?
Wow. Yeah.
Really? And that was one of the many reasons. But I say I end the song by saying, and the moment that I knew that I had to go, that's when my daddy died, and he was asking about some fade to flow, and like it really illustrated to me like people supported me a lot of people, not everybody. You know what I'm saying? When I'm this particular song is me articulating like me being frustrated that I was on the negative end of a transactional relationship. Like you the OG, you the legend, we love you because what you do for us.
Right.
But like I at the end of the first verse I say I could tour 60 states, I could tour 30 states, perform in 60 cities, and still can't get a gig in the place I call home. Like a lot of these venues that they did not allow black rappers into, I was the first black rapper to book these shows. And every time I got a venue, I made sure I brought my niggas in. Now that the rappers are in there, like I open it up for everybody. When they got to go, they shut it on me.
Wow.
Like I used to have people, promoters would come to my show and like scout for talent, but wouldn't holler at me. You know what I'm saying? And so like there was a lot of like, and like I dealt with that for a long time until I could do it no more. And so that's what the song was articulating. It was just like, just really being pissed off, really being frustrated, and you know, just everything that's going on. You know, and I love Bad Roots to death. I'm always represent Bad Roots hip hop, but like, you know, with me being a conscious artist, people don't like when I show anger. And with you know, anger towards, you know, I can talk about the white man all day, but you be critical of some Negroes, then it's something different. They don't like when I show anger. And me being the peacemaker, like I was fair kind in the sense that like you have no how many deals, how many beefs out of squashed. Yeah. Or how many it's been dudes who got disrespectful with women, and I literally put them on suspension from the community. Don't come around here. You're not getting booked for at least 6 months. You need to apologize. You stay away for a little bit. Like I was able to call a whole bunch of shots, and so they came to me for that. But like, I'm also putting out incredible music, doing records with credible artists, and I'm doing incredible shows all across the country. But they weren't fucking with me in Baton Rouge. So that's what my rant was about.
So what I'm hearing is two things. When I was hearing you, listening to you talk, that I think it's a Bible verse that says a good man is never honored in his own land. But also what I'm hearing is a greater cultural problem that exists in the Black community and in the hip hop community. And there's this ageism. Like hip hop is supposed to be a young man's game. And once you've been there 10, 20 years, you need to get out the way and let the young cats come in, which is something that is very specific to hip hop, because Rolling Stones were getting ready to perform at Jazz Fest. You see what I'm saying? Like no one says that they're too old to perform, that they're too old to put out records and still play to their audiences. So we want to touch on that ageism thing.
You know what? So for me, it's like it's always weird because like I don't know, Doc. I don't know how much it was ageism, and the reason why I say that is because like I was definitely an OG, but I'm still putting out the best music of my life.
Yeah.
Like I'm not nowhere. I was 2019 was the best rap shape I've ever been in. I was in my bag. And I was still running, like not only had I been doing it a little bit longer than everybody, but I was competing on a completely high level than everybody. It wasn't close. When it comes to underground hip hop, in terms of if you ask about underground hip hop scene, in terms of what the average local rapper was doing compared to what I was doing, it wasn't close. Like I got records with Sky Zoo. Like I've opened up for Sky Zoo, not only in New Orleans but also in Ohio, because I'm the only Louisiana artist. With me and Alfred Banks, we're the only Louisiana artists on this festival in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm literally, like I want to say the year 2019, hip hop put me on 12 round trip, 12 round trip, you know what I'm saying, flights.
Okay.
So I'm really operating on. Now, I remember the last time I did a show in Ohio. I'm telling the festival owner, like, you know, it's frustrating because he asked me, what do I think about doing this type of festival in Baton Rouge? I was like, nah, it wouldn't be the same. Because people that know hip hop like that, whatever. And I was like, yo, like there's no equivalent to Blueprint. You're the rapper from Columbus. I said, there's no equivalent to Blueprint in Baton Rouge. And what this festival owner told me was, what you don't realize, we see you as Blueprint in Baton Rouge.
Wow.
Like to us, you are the equivalent.
Yeah.
Like my peers are Locksmith and Clear Soul Forces. Now, granted, they independent underground, but they definitely travel the world, and they, you know what I'm saying, like they're incredible artists, whatever. And so people in Baton Rouge didn't see that. So it wasn't necessarily because I was older, because I just didn't perform it. The reason why I didn't perform in Baton Rouge is because I get paid to rap. So I'm not rapping in the barbershop for free.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know, I feel about rapping over vocals. You know what I mean? So I don't do like these like up and coming showcases when I'm, you know, in New England for 5 days, when I'm in Oakland, when I'm in Chicago. So me doing this, I don't need to do this in Louisiana. I don't need to do this. And so I'm not, right? And so that's that, right? Also, with that said, there was some hate. It was hate. Like, a lot of people were upset that the conscious rapper who did boom bap hip hop was having more success than them.
Yeah.
But if I offered them opportunity, they could show their ass and become rap.
Right.
But nobody, you know, when people are intimidated by you, they not about to show you no love. You know what I'm saying? If they jealous or you know what I'm saying? If they jealous of what you're trying to accomplish, I can rap better than him. I do this better than him. I'm not showing him no love when he has success because I feel like I deserve that, not him. There's a lot of that. And then honestly, and I'm mentioning this on the song too. The only real thing people can say about me is that I wasn't for Baton Rouge. Even though there was literally artists, bro. When I left, I had been an artist in Baton Rouge for 19 years, right?
Right.
There's niggas born in 2001 rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's on the scene now. People born in, you know, a 21-year-old kid is born in 2000. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I've literally been rapping in the city longer than you've been alive, bro.
Right.
You was in elementary school when I first put that. I put my first EP out in Baton Rouge 2008. Bro, you was born in, you know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? You was born in 2000. Like, I've been putting in work in this city, and I've carried the city on my back. Well, he not from here. Like when I did the double XL thing, right? Niggas was upset. Niggas was upset when I was number one on the double XL sis. The only thing they can say is he not from here.
Right.
But like, bro, like you have literally your first show was at my event. I booked you for your first show. I taught you how to rap over vocals. I took you on the road. I set your publishing up. And it's not even on some, I need niggas to bow down to kiss the ring. Just show some respect. So I'm showing you mad love. I don't have to do anything. Like one of my partners, we have this inside joke. He called so like a couple probably about last year during the pandemic, CeeLo. He started dropping these free game videos. And it's, you know, CeeLo is an industry veteran. He dropping a lot of free game. I even shared a couple of them. And one of my good friends was like, yeah. He was like, you the bad you stepdad. And I was like, what you mean? He was like, you're not even from here, and you taking care of Baton, and you taking care of Baton Rouge rappers more than niggas from here doing. And sometimes stepdad don't get no respect.
Yeah, but you know that whole I'm not from here. You know, New Orleans is big on that too. Oh, that person's not from here, or you know, we got it with our mayor who is from California, and she's the first mayor of the city, I think, historically, who was not born and raised in New Orleans. I think there's another maybe.
Someone she's not from New Orleans.
No, and it was a pretty big deal during the campaign because they were saying, well, she's not a New Orleanian, and it's such
how long she been in New Orleans?
buku years. Let's say she came here to go to Xavier, and she's probably a 50-year-old woman. So if she came here at
Half a
18,
life, at least half a life, right? More than
half
half
a
a life.
life, she's married to a New Orleanian who is from his father is a judge, and her husband's her father-in-law is a judge who is well vested in the city, who's a New Orleanian, and her husband is a New Orleanian. It's just that's the small town type of. I'm like Usher, if I'm not mistaken, Usher is from Tennessee, and
Chattanooga.
he represents what? Atlanta. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, because that's where he has found his home, and there's so many other people that's doing the same thing. They represent Atlanta or they represent LA. They were never born in LA. I think oh man, I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but I think Snoop might be from Mississippi, or his people
He's,
might be.
he was actually born in Long Beach, but he went back and forth. He was actually born, because I was just talking about it yesterday. He was
Okay.
actually born in Long Beach, but he went back and forth, going to Natchez. But Ray J and Brandy, they his first cousins. And they from Natchez, right. I mean, Nate Dogg, he was born in Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? Kanye was born in Atlanta.
Yep. Too Short is from his people are from Edgar, Louisiana. So I don't know if and Pimp C is from Crowley, Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? But he represents Port Arthur, Texas. But it's just a small, that it bothers me that we have that small town mind, that if you're not from here, you can't especially when you're putting in the type of work that you're putting in. If you were just juicing or leeching off of a scene that was pre-built, that was built before you, there's one thing. But if you're actually building the scene, then there should be some ultimate level of respect, right? So I feel
and like and nobody get mad at the niggas from Baton Rouge didn't do shit.
Say that one more time.
Nobody didn't get mad at the niggas from Baton Rouge didn't do shit to help anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody got mad about that. And it's like, and so for me, it's like, I did so so it's just like, not only did I do a lot as facilitator, I did a lot as a rapper. I was on the cover of 225, on the cover as the Advocate. I played all the major venues. I was in Dig Magazine. From Baton Rouge, I was the first Baton Rouge hip hop artist to be featured on the A3C Showcase. All these different festivals around the country. I was charted on the CMJs. 3 different projects charted. I want to say 7 different times on the College Music Journal with top 40 hip hop charts. I opened for Run the Jewels. I opened for Slum Village. I brought all these artists in. You know what I'm saying? So I did a lot of work as an artist and a facilitator, and everybody rap about selling dope and shooting people. I'm the one in the hood working with their children. I'm at the you doing the jokes. I'm in the hood making sure I'm at the schoolhouse when your baby get put out. And I'm trying to get them back in school while you doing the jokes. Are you a widow? Are you the widow? Mr. Marcel is the one picking your son up and teaching them how to tie a tie. And I was a mental health counselor for 3.5 years. I've literally done sessions in trap houses. I didn't realize it. When I looked up, I'm like, oh, this is a crack house. What the, you know what I'm saying? I've literally, started hip hop base. I founded hip hop base after school programs. You know what I'm saying? Asset-based youth programs in Baton Rouge. So not only did I do a lot to put into the community, like I really worked in the community. I really did with youth. I'm a career youth development. I come out of career history. I'm a career youth development worker. So I've never, every single plug I've ever gotten, I've always put back into the community.
So the second part of that question was, after you completed the song, did you were you able to resolve the feelings? Were you able to put them aside and say, okay, now I've gotten it out?
I'm always gonna feel the way because I love it.
Okay.
Like I definitely did go to therapy, and on the album I definitely get into that as well. But like I definitely talked about my frustrations, whatever. So literally 3 days before I left Baton Rouge, I did a Goodbye Baton Rouge show, and a lot of the love I felt that I should have been getting, a lot of the love I was missing, I got it on the day that I left. Like I cried about 4 or 5 times that night. So many people had great things to say. Donnie Rose flew all the way back from DC to like send me off. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I did. I know how much I love. It's just like anything, right? It's just like you from New Orleans, right? There's some shit you hate about New Orleans, but it's always gonna be home to you. It's niggas that you can't stand. It might be some wars that you'll never go into again in your life. You know what I mean? But
Right.
so and because you might have got beat up over there, you might have got robbed over there, you might have got a nigga that you don't like might live over there. You feel me?
And nobody ever beat me up and robbed me.
Oh, well, you're right. I ain't gonna put that spirit of weakness. I'm just saying though, right? It's just like a nigga who you might have beefed with, he might be from that war or whatever. You know what I mean? Like so, certain places that. So I do I have like memories of Baton Rouge that like, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why, right? I was in a toxic relationship with the city. When I started, wasn't nobody doing what I was doing, and I never looked at it because I'm not scared of no rapper.
Yeah.
I'm confident in my abilities and I'm confident in my work ethic. So whatever I'm not able to do on the microphone, I'm gonna work hard as I can to even up the score. You know what I'm saying? So I had no problem sharing with nobody because I realized because I was traveling all across the country, I would see all this dope stuff in these other hip hop scenes, and I would try to bring it back to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
And I try to create a space to where they could benefit from some of the things I was benefiting from. Like we literally, the last Fatal Flow anniversary, it was literally sponsored by Hip Hop DX. We literally had Wordsworth from the Lyricist Lounge Show be our feature. Flew him out here. You feel me? Like that's just that show. We're not gonna talk about all the other artists. We have people coming from Chicago, Minnesota. One nigga came from Haiti, bro. A nigga came from Haiti to do Fatal Flow in a barbershop on a Sunday. Niggas from Houston. Niggas come from New York. Niggas come from Virginia, Minnesota. You know what I mean? To do a barbershop show. And it's like, so not only am I bringing in resources, I'm bringing in actual people and plus you can connect to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I cross my Virginia, I already got money with them. Now y'all go get some money with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I always share my resources. And I realized that like there are no resources that anybody else can share for me with me. Even if they could, they didn't do it.
Right.
And it's just like, and then like I said, like to be critically acclaimed, like bro, that almost 2 years ago to the day, I did a show, and we're gonna move on to the next question. I did a show in Portland, Maine. And so I get there, and there's like a cipher at the beginning. And so this is my 4th show in 5 days in New England. And I've probably sold about 40 real season rap over vocal shirts. I pull up to this last show, I see like 3 different generations of shirts that I'm selling because this is my 3rd year going. So they got Cry Freedom shirts, they got 7 shirts, and now they got the real season rap over vocal shirts. So it might have been it's like a 90 cap venue, small bar, but it might be 70, 80 people in there. So it's super duper packed. And I look out in the crowd, I see 40 shirts, at least 40 shirts, you know what I'm saying, of from me.
Yeah.
And this dude is freestyling, and he's a white dude named Rigatoni. Shout out to Rigatoni. Rigatoni say, and Marcel is here, so no rapping over vocals. I'm just like, so I'm like, oh man, I'm getting choked up, right?
Yeah.
Boom. So I go into the bathroom, I shake back, I perform, and I got footage on my other computer. Doc, when I say I left Earth, bro, like it was like, bro, I could have did a call and response passing gas, and they would have did it too. I could do no wrong. Like everything I did, they ate out the palm of my hands, and I got so much love. I had 4 shows in 5 days. I sold out of everything.
Wow.
I came in there with a merch bag with like about 40 shirts, probably about 150 CDs, buku buttons, flash drives. I left with nothing but my rack in a bag. They shopped with me the whole weekend, right? Doc. So I'm leaving. So I'm calling my Lyft to go back to my hotel. And so I'm leaving the venue. My Lyft pulls up. I put my bag in the back of the Lyft. All right, y'all be good. Y'all take care here. See y'all next year. Woohoo! What's up, you black? They gave me a standing ovation, bro. Because I'm leaving. This after the show was over with. They just standing outside smoking weed.
Wow.
I'm talking about woohoo, real MCs and rap over vocals. F Donald Trump. Woo woo woo. And I'm looking at all the people with my shirts on, bro. I couldn't get back to the hotel quick enough. It's probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. I get back to the O'Connell Lodge somewhere outside in Maine. I call my wife crying. My wife like, "What's wrong with you?" Like, man, they showed me so much love. Like, I really, like, literally, bro, like, it was the most love I've ever had felt.
Yeah,
And it was conflicting because I was overwhelmed by it, but I was hurt that I would never get that from the people who I love the most.
man. You know what they say? Familiarity breeds contempt, man. You know, the closer people are to you, the less they appreciate who you are in your presence. And that's why I think when you said you had that last show 3 days before you left and they showed all their love, it's like when people die, all of a sudden everybody wants to express how much they love them and how great of a person they were and how much they touched their lives. But we don't we have to learn to practice and exercise those type of things when someone is around us and show appreciation, you know, when they're near. So now the Baton Rouge scene is void of Marcel P. Black, and you have to wonder what's going to happen to it. And they're going to next, I can imagine is going to be like, well, we need Marcel back, and or you know he left us stranded. You see what I'm saying?
I doubt it. Well, I don't know. I don't know what people are saying. I can tell you this though, Doc. I don't see, especially now that I'm not in the position, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Especially now I'm not in a position to do stuff for everybody else. I could definitely see when I route through the tour, it's not gonna be because somebody sent for me.
Uh,
Like all the artists who I brought to Baton Rouge, all the artists who I put on the Baton Rouge, put some bread in their pocket. Ain't no, I don't necessarily see nobody being like, "Hey, yo, Marcel, I got a bag for you. Come rap in Baton Rouge." I don't see that happen.
yeah,
And if I do book a show, it might not have a good turnout. Especially now that I'm not in a position to help nobody.
yeah,
People was extra all right when they knew that Marcel is a plug, he can get you a show out of town, or if Marcel needs a free game if you ask him, or if Marcel do this, that, and the third, they want to come stand next to you when they could benefit from you. But now I don't know how much of a fan base I had, like a true fan base I had amassed. Um, well, I had fans. Let me not put that right. I don't know how many rappers or fans of Marcel P. Black to support if he's not doing it for him. I'm gonna say that.
okay,
Yeah. So all these. So basically, that's what the song was about. Just me articulating that frustration. Um, I'm removed from it, and there's a whole different level of politics up here that I'm not trying to be a part of. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So, and so me getting away from it definitely gives me a time to look at it, and I'm just making sure that a lot of the things I did before, I'm not gonna, you can't control what another nigga do. Only thing you can control is what you do and how you treat it. You feel me? Like, you
dig
know what I
that,
mean?
my bro.
Or what you will, or what you will accept.
Yeah,
So that's pretty much the way I'm handling right now.
man. Listen, man, I appreciated the song so much because it touches a place in me. Um, you know, not to monopolize any time talking about
Talk to
myself,
us. Talk to us.
you know, but you know, I was a poet. I started doing poetry, spoken word in 1998 in the city of New Orleans. And after Hurricane Katrina, you know, me and a brother named Hollywood and another brother named Shed, you know, we started the first open mic in February 2006. So, you know, Katrina happened August 2005. We started an open mic and built a scene again, like from ground up, you know, from nothing, literally the rubbles or whatever have you. And, you know, at times I felt unappreciated. I felt like, you know, niggas, y'all see all the work I'm putting in. You know what I'm saying? Not even getting no money from this. Let's keep that 1,000. You know, like
Oh, bro, I ain't making no money from that. I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna touch back on that later. But yes, yes, yes. Okay, go ahead.
yeah. But I'm saying that's it. I mean, they saw the you know, I think at Dreams we were pulling maybe Thursday nights we pulling 200, maybe 250 people. So it seemed like a pretty big show. They saw money being collected. They didn't know the politics. They didn't know the contracts. They didn't know what was going on or whatever have you. And they saw that certain people were getting a lot of love. You know, I'm a showman. I get on the stage, you know, real MCs don't rap over vocals. Ain't no vocals for poets. You know what I'm saying? You getting up there straight your voice, your personality, and the pen game that you had 2 nights before when you wrote that poem. Can I move this crowd? You know what I'm saying? Can I make them feel what I'm feeling? You know what I'm saying? Can I make them think? Can I make them laugh? You know what I'm saying? Can I make the women want to go home and sleep with me or some man?
Right,
You
right,
know
right,
what
right,
I'm
right,
saying?
right, 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 right,
You know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying? So yeah, and a lot of people saw that, but you know, I had a lot of haters, you know, a lot of people who just this was some hate motherfuckers, you know, and I guess that's just the life at 42 years old. And in retrospect, I look back, I'm like, oh well, that's just the life, you know. But then, you know, 15 years ago, 16 years ago, it felt like, damn, man, you know, I'm out here busting my ass. I'm coming out of my pocket for radio ads. I'm coming out of my pocket for flyers and walking them around the entire city so that you guys can come on a stage and have, you know, a full house to get your shit off to. You know what I'm saying? But so I definitely feel you when you talk about being underappreciated or unappreciated in the city. And I think it was a smart move to remove yourself from that, because now you can see what it really was. You can see it for what it was. And you can still continue to do your art, still continue to push the culture forward, you know, without all of the BS that comes with it. And believe it or not, I believe like one day you'll swing back around to BR, and the love that you thought you would never receive, it'd be like, damn, where was this, you know, 10 years ago? It'll be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, you're right, man. You're right. I mean, the thing about me, bro, I've established myself as a national touring artist. So pretty much, you got gas to put in my vein, and I got buku freaking 5 miles. They got a Southwest up here. You feel me? So like I didn't do before 5, maybe 3 or 4 shows in Baton Rouge a year, anyways. So I'm just waiting for this pandemic to end so I get on this road like I used to. But like I think so. How can I say it? I don't make music for money, Doc.
Yeah.
I make music as an extension of my politics, as an extension of my ministry, as an extension of my passion for our people, right? I definitely do business for money, so my wife won't leave me. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You
right.
know, like you got sons too, bro. In May, I bought my son a pair of Kyrie's. He was 7.5. Barely able to get the last couple kid sizes. And last month, was it this? It was early this way. It was August, July. In July, I went to Dallas to go do some school shopping, and my son wore 9.5. Right.
Yeah.
He got his first $100 pair of shoes. So with that said, um, I have I've had a whole lot more success as a touring artist, financially, acclaim, love, support. I got a lot more of that on the road than I did in Baton Rouge. But sometimes I pay for my own flights.
Yeah.
Sometimes I pay for my own travel. So I'm making a whole lot more, but I'm spending more than I would if I'm driving from Spain Street to South Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
So um I stomached not getting the financial support and getting paid right in Baton Rouge for a long time until it really became a thing, right? I got way before I left, I got way more love in Lafayette than I did in Baton Rouge. So Lafayette is 45 minutes west of New Orleans. I go out there and get a nice bag and be back home in the bed with my wife before midnight.
Yeah.
As to where for me to, and I was getting paid in Lafayette pretty commensurate to when I get paid when I'm on the road, when I'm out east or out whatever in the Midwest. But even if I do a show in Atlanta, I get paid well. I still got to go back to the hotel. I still got to get back on that flight to come back to Baton Rouge, fly to New Orleans. I still got to drive back, right?
Right.
And so I couldn't make no money where I was living at, and I had to constantly leave my family to go get that bag.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that wasn't fair.
Yeah.
Like I've invested and lost way too much money selflessly Like when I did Fade to Flow for 3.5 years. I didn't make a dime for that. I
Yeah.
paid for out of town acts, and I would spend $150 every once a month on whoever's coming in town. You know what I'm saying? Whoever my out of town guest was, and I got them a hotel too. I didn't make no money
Yeah.
because it was a free event, and we fed people. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a socialist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a socialist, so I believe in redistributing wealth, but I also redistributing knowledge, resources, opportunities.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to put money as a barrier for people to come get these to go get these resources.
Yeah.
If like when I'm bringing, when I'm paying hundreds of dollars, X amount of dollars to bring somebody from out of town to come rock, and I put local artists on the bill with people like Superstition or Substantial or Locksmith or whatever. I'm paying them out my pocket. And a lot of times we barely broke even. You know how that goes.
I already know.
After you paid the artist, whoever you bringing in town, and you gave the venue, the sound man, they cut. You might be able to go to the trolley stop and get you something to eat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You might be able to. You know what I mean? So yeah, rest in peace to the trolley stop, man. It's Louis in Baton Rouge, but in New Orleans we use the trolley stop. Or maybe, or a lot of times we hit that Checkers in Metairie on the way out, whatever. But anyways, what's the place with the I can't think. Anyways, with the good breakfast over there by the Checkers, whatever. Anyways, but like yeah, so financially, it's just like this. I don't think this is fair. I put way too much time, money, and effort into this community, and I can't. It's just like I imagine you like growing a garden and you forbid to eat anything you grow in your own garden.
Yeah.
Niggas is taking the seeds from your garden, planting their own garden, they feeding everybody else. From what they got from your garden, you can't eat yourself. I can't get a carrot or nothing, my nigga. So yeah, man. So I mean, and I think like at that moment, that's when I realized that like, yo, and then South Louisiana is big on family, it's big on nepotism. And so with both me and my wife being from Oklahoma and being transplants, I mean, to really get that bag, bro, you got to be from there. You got to get that plug. You got to get that link. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't necessarily have that. And what I was trying to do as a hip hop educator, I kind of hit that glass ceiling. You know what I'm saying? What I did and whatever, when my pops passing away, it was just like, all right, like I really stayed in Baton Rouge a long time because of the rap shit.
Yeah.
But that was my final straw.
Well, brother, I sure appreciate again being a part of this movement, man, being a part of this project. And look, both of the songs that we've discussed on the previous episode and on this one, man, they fire, they dope. Each are unique, and each has its own message in a different way, because I think this track gives people something to think about in terms of appreciation. Finally, somebody is saying, hey, fuck it, I'm not appreciated, and y'all need to know it. This is what I've done, and you guys need to respect my condone. I don't even know what that means, but I hear a lot of young.
Like I said, and once again, it's like it's about everything I love, man. You passionate about the things you love. I love Baton Rouge hip hop to the death. I'm always gonna love it. And like I said, you always got problems with the things that you love. And like this is my way to articulate that. You know what I'm saying? As a person with a platform, and I haven't learned about this. Like even now that I moved up here, it's like people who I don't talk to up here, but they know everything I got going on when I see them, right? And so like, as I got older, I had and then not even locally, but nationally, because I'm plugged into so many people around the country. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, man, if you in New England or if you in Fort Wayne, Indiana, you watching my timeline, it don't look good to see me have a meltdown without context, right? And so a lot of these feelings I couldn't really articulate out loud anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so it was it felt very good to be able to, have this rant on this particular record. Boom. But yeah, we wrapping up. So let's get our out of here, man. I thank you. I thank you for coming on again, brother. Like I said, I gotta get you on the Really Out Your podcast. We can do this all day and all night, or what have you. For the people out there watching and viewing, the album drops on Tuesday, September 14th on MarcelPBlack.bandcamp.com. If you're not already, if you're not, you sleep. Follow me on Twitter, Marcel P. Black, Instagram, Marcel P. Black, Facebook, MarcelPBlack, MarcelPBlack.com. Once again, assalamu alaikum to you, my brother.
Wa alaikum assalam, bro.
Absolutely, man. And once again, how I always ended. Allah Mahabe.